A little something about Raymond. He's an investor in stocks and rentals. He wants no money from you, no bait and switch, nothing. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to log into his personal account, share real estate property documents, and give you suggestions on what to read.
All right, this is Raymond from Stocks and Rentals, and I'm switching it up today. And the reason I'm switching it up, I don't want to talk about stocks. I don't want to talk about rentals because everybody's been getting crushed in the stock market, including me. So I'm switching it up until next video. I will be jumping back in because I love to be transparent and I love to put money in your pocket. So if you're looking at this video, please subscribe, like, and share. I don't want anything from you. It's all about educating you, and this is what this video is going to do. So you're probably asking yourself, and what is the stock and the rental guy? Why does he have Tasha K up here on the screen? And he's in her YouTube channel. Well, I bought some insurance. I've actually owned this type of insurance for over 10 years. And I used to call it an umbrella policy, but I'm renaming it. It's called Tasha K Insurance. And it is for somebody that might Tasha K you, like her or anybody else. So the story with Tasha K, everybody knows that she said some real reckless stuff about Cardi B. And Cardi B came at her neck. She didn't take it to the street. She took it to court. And she won. She won over $4 million in a libel and slander case against Tasha K. So let's just look at some of the crazy stuff she said. She said about Cardi B, unborn children or her unborn child may have intellectual disabilities, i.e. a dummy. She said that Cardi B prostituted for a living. Cardi B got herpes. She took Molly and cocaine. All of this was proven false in court. And Tasha K lost. And a lot of us, we are not like Cardi B. I know I'm not. I don't have her money. So she probably does not have this insurance, and maybe she just dug into her pocket and she paid for the great attorneys that won her case. Well, I don't have the money these attorneys probably asked Cardi B, but I got the insurance, and this is something that you guys can get. And the insurance, it costs me $450 a year, and I have $1 million policy. And it's called Tasha K Insurance. Don't get Tasha K. So let me take you to the insurance. I got an email from my agent. And since I'm doing a YouTube channel, I had a question about my Tasha K policy. I wanted to know if Tasha K or somebody like her came after me, would this policy work? And I got some good news. It will. So let's look at what my agent said back to me. Good morning. I found the answer to both of your questions. Below is the information. So I asked 2 questions. Here's the first one. And my agent, she highlighted it for me. It says, broad personal injury coverage that includes protection for claims such as libel or slander, even online, such as a lawsuit resulting from a post on social media. So what is this saying? Let me just say it in my own words. This is saying that you're living your life, everything is good, and then you got somebody that's coming at you sideways and saying all kind of crazy stuff, and you can prove that it's not true, and you can get an attorney, you can sue. If you don't have deep pockets, it's worth you doing what I do, which is get this type of insurance. Most people are going to say it's an umbrella policy. I like to say it's a Tasha K policy, where if somebody comes at you, you can sue them and you can get money. The second question, and the second good thing about this type of insurance is I asked my agent, I'm at home. Somebody breaks into my house. Somebody breaks into my car. I shoot them. The police come. They say it was a justifiable shooting. I don't go to jail. I have my gun legally. The person or the person's family decides to sue me. Does this insurance coverage have my back? The answer is yes. Let me read it. Personal defense coverage. If someone sues after being injured by a customer who is protecting themselves or their property. So I am covered. If you have this policy, you get a lot of benefits. If you got a shooter in, or you got another end coming at you, just clowning, this policy will protect you. Now, here's some of the other stuff that's included in the policy, and this is a lot of stuff. This is strictly a highlight that my agent sent me. Once you buy this policy, it goes on and on and on about the stuff it will cover, and it also talks about the exclusions, the things it won't cover. But I guess, for example, if I rented a watercraft or RV on vacation, I'm covered. Typically, when you do things like that, they ask you if you want to buy the additional insurance at the counter. I always reject it because I know I have this policy and I'm good. Up to $1 million. So what I have is probably a lot higher than what they're going to offer me anyway for some outrageous price. Auto coverage. This Tasha K policy follows me wherever I am, anywhere in the world. So yeah, I live in the US, but if I'm over in Europe, I'm in Africa, I'm wherever, and I'm in a car accident, or maybe even the passenger in a car and something crazy happens, my insurance is with me, not back home with my car. Let's look down here. So let me read this. Legal defense. A Safeco umbrella policy. So this is the company that I'm using, but all insurers, they offer this umbrella policy, i.e. Tasha K policy. And if you are on social media, I suggest you get this because somebody might come at you. Let me do some clarification too. Let's say you have this insurance, but you're the one being a Tasha K. This insurance is not going to cover you. You have to be the victim. You can't be the bully, or you can't be the person that just loves to go off and say reckless stuff, and somebody comes back at you and then you're saying, oh, I got insurance for that. This is to cover the victim. So for example, if Cardi B had a umbrella, i.e. Tasha K policy, she wouldn't have to come out of pocket to pay for her attorneys. She would just enact her policy. So let's read this. A Safeco umbrella policy will cover attorney costs regardless if the customer wins or loses for all claims covered by the umbrella policy, Tasha K, whether or not they're covered by the required underlying policy. This could include lawsuits and legal costs relating to invasion of privacy, defamation of character, or even if it's a frivolous lawsuit, defense costs are covered. The cool thing with the insurance, you're covered if you win or lose. So if Cardi B would have lost, she would have had to pay her attorneys regardless. She won. She still had to pay her attorneys. But the thing is, since she won, I believe Tasha K is on the hook to pay her attorney fees. Well, with this insurance, if you go to court and you lose, your insurance is still going to cover you. So this is something that if Cardi B doesn't have it, even if you got a whole bunch of money, you never know if you're going to win all the time. It's good to have this type of insurance policy. The other thing that you're going to see here, it says you have to have a required underlying policy. What this means, and I want to talk about me because who knows me better than me? So for me to get this policy, I had to have automobile coverage and I had to have coverage on my home. Those are two requirements before you can get this Tasha K policy. Let's talk about if you don't have a car or if you don't have a home. I'm not sure about that, but if I was inquiring about this policy and I didn't own my home, I would ask the agent, hey, I have a renter's insurance and I do have a car, so I have automobile coverage. Can I get an umbrella policy? Now let's look at the converse of that. Let's say that you own a home and you have insurance, but you don't own a car. A lot of people like to Uber and Lyft. Well, can I get the umbrella policy? Those are questions that you need to ask if you're in that situation. But if you're in a situation that I'm in, where you own a house and you have an automobile and you have insurance on that, you can then inquire about an umbrella policy. This is something that I highly recommend you get, because as you make money, especially out here, if you're making money at social media and somebody's coming at you, you want to be protected. You want to, protect your name. And if they're making you lose sponsorships, or if they're stopping you from getting jobs and being a public speaker, or, you're a rapper like Cardi B, you don't want nobody messing with your money. So get back at them. Get back out on the right way. Hit their pockets. Nobody likes their pockets to be hit. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. I like to educate you guys. Again, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Give this video a like, a thumbs up, and learn about stocks and rentals and get some money in your pocket. I got a portfolio over $1 million. I show everything in my portfolio. I show every stock that I own. I talk about everything. This one, get you some insurance. Protect yourself. I'm Raymond. I'm out. Peace.
Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button up.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the